Heart Nation, what's going on? This your boy Bo Wonder. Welcome to another episode of Heart to Heart. This week's episode, we're going to talk about when is enough enough. I know sometimes we can get a lot on our plate, we can get overwhelmed, and there's just some things that may happen and transpire that you don't agree with fully, and it just, that's the last straw that broke the camel's back. So we're going to get into it. This week's episode 6, Heart to Heart, when is enough enough? Holla back at your boy.
Okay, we live in a world that's out of control, but stay focused, king, and aim for your goals. Yeah, my queen, stay classy and hit 'em with the glow. Boss up, make moves, that's more than what you have to show. We poppin', not stopping, we dropping. Dressing what's real more than trend topics. Winning, the only thing that is option. Pulling those in lost and that need guidance. I know you like to brag and you love the flaws. To get where you going, yeah, it's gonna cost. I sit down with your boy, let's have a heart to heart.
When is enough enough? We all have breaking points. We all have situations and things that happen in our lives just to the point where, you know what, we got to step back. We got to reevaluate what's going on in our lives, what causes it, what are the triggers, what are some of the things that's making you feel like that you're unease or agitated or irritated. And sometimes you can give off a vibe that you are, when in actuality you aren't frustrated with the person that you're talking to, but you may be frustrated with a situation. So this week's episode, we're going to talk about when is enough enough and how to maneuver and get yourself to a point where you don't have to wait till you get to where it's like this is the last straw that broke the camel's back. It helps you to be honest with yourself and others and those who are around you. So I've noticed within myself, when I get anxious, when I get overwhelmed, when I get frustrated, when I get irritated, and I try my hardest not to portray that off of somebody else, but sometimes another person may feel that vibe, like, yo, why you sound irritated? And sometimes you may not know that you're irritated. Sometimes you be like, I'm really not, and assuming is like one of the worst things you can do that that can kind of project off of what you may be feeling. And sometimes people are projecting off something that they see within themselves that they may be irritated or frustrated. But people who really know you, they know, okay, bro, you're frustrated, you're irritated. What's going on? Girl, what's going on? Why you not yourself? So people who really know you are going to see things that you're not going to see. So they're kind of like helping you with your blind spots. And a lot of times we subconsciously do things that we're not aware of that, oh, wow, I apologize. I didn't know you felt that way, or I didn't know I was coming off as that. I don't feel like I'm coming off as that, but you say I do. So it's kind of crazy. There's been times where I've been overwhelmed, and there's been times where I felt like, okay, man, I got to take a break. I got to step back from the situation, and I got to reevaluate. I got to do a self-evaluation, and I got to see what is going on. So what are 3 things that can help you conquer and help you not get into a space of where you feel like, man, how did I get to this point? Number 1, what are your triggers? What is it that gets, like, the littlest thing, what is it that frustrates and irritates you? What makes you feel like you just about to snap and lose it? And it's all because of something that has been innocent, that isn't even, not a big deal. I've noticed with me, personally, I can take a lot, but I had to learn how to take a lot healthy-wise. When I don't do it in a healthy way, then I'll start lashing out on my loved ones. Then I'll start lashing out on people that don't deserve the lashing that you're giving them. But then I'll start lashing out, and I may not present it to that person, but I know within myself, okay, bro, you tripping. You're not being yourself. You're not being as loving as you can be, as you should be. But, and it just comes from allowing things over a period of time to build up. One of the things that I've learned to grow in is really to hit conflict dead on. Like, I don't want to sweep nothing under the rug. I don't want to keep nothing away. Like, this is what's going on. And honestly, timing is everything when it comes to these type of things. That is one of the most healthiest things you can do. Wait for the right moment in time. Because a lot of times what'll happen, you'll blow up at the wrong time, in the wrong season, at the wrong people. And you don't want that, because you don't want to portray yourself as somebody who you can't get along with, who you can't love, who you can't even come around, because they make you switch your whole mood, your whole style. So I know, me personally, I've learned to grow in that. I learned to realize, okay, I need to talk to this person, deal with the situation, or I need to give it to God, take it to God. Like, Lord, you got to help me with this. This is no bueno. This can really not be good. Yeah. So number one, what are your triggers? Find that out. Look at your pattern. Check your pattern. Check what you do. Number two, timing. Timing is everything. Like I said before, timing is crucial, and when you need to speak to someone, because you can be doing all these things, you could be wishing all these things, and the other person not even know it. Like, why didn't you come talk to me? That'll be the first words that they say. Why didn't you come talk to me? Because a lot of times you can feel embarrassed, or you can feel like, I just felt like I couldn't talk to you. Just how your vibe, your aura, how you just gave off. I didn't know when was a good time to talk to you. Because, everybody's going through something. Everybody's dealing with something in their life that they need to break free from, or that they need to really deal with. And a lot of times we don't know how to do that in the midst of loving people and treating people as correctly as and lovingly as we should. So number one, what are your triggers? Number two, timing. It's everything. It is crucial. You definitely got to know your triggers. You definitely got to understand when is the right time, whether you know the right time is or whether you don't know what the right time is. That is crucial. Number three, be honest with yourself. Like, be honest in expressing how you feel. And one of the biggest things I had to learn was stop taking on everybody else's emotions on how you portray and think they're going to receive what you're about to get and what you're about to say. Man, that was a battle in it myself, because I never want to offend anybody. I never want to hurt anybody. You want to be likable to everybody, but that in the real world, that is not going to be happen. That's just not going to happen. You're not going to be able to please everybody. There's going to be people you're going to let down, because they see so much greatness in you. They love being around you. They see the type of person and individual that you are, and you may not have all the time in the world for them that you need, but at least make some kind of time. Like for me, I have to make adjustments. I have to stay focused. I have to realize when I could do this, when I could do that, and give people my individual time and undivided attention. Because if I don't, then it's going to make it seem like, okay, well, you don't care, you don't love me, this, that, and the third. And I never want to portray that, so I try my best to be everything to everyone without burning myself out. And that's another thing. Number four, are you burning yourself out and trying to please everyone when in reality you can't? Like, have you set a profound schedule to where it's your day-to-days, and then you could be like, okay, I could do this, extra time here, extra time there. Like, hey girl, I got some free time. What you got going on this day? Da-da-da. Hey, what's up, homie? Hey, I'm free this weekend. What you got? And so, for me, it's a harder balance dealing with it, being an artist, and devoting my time and dedication into music and creating and writing. So it does take up a lot of my time, but in reality, I also keep in mind that I have people who genuinely love me, who needs my advice, who needs my guidance, who needs my love, who needs my time, who needs just a listening ear. And I try my hardest to be all of that in the moment, in the season, in the time. I don't always come through like that, just because it's so much going on, but I can't allow what goes on within my life not to be a light in someone else's life. But I can't allow my business to dim the light that I have that may be attracted to people and give them advice and help them. So also understand that it's okay to say no when enough is enough. That's another thing. I have to learn to say no. Like, as much as I would love to be a part of it, I just don't have the time. I just don't have the dedication that I would like, and the concentration and the undivided attention that I need to give it. I just can't do that right now. Just be honest. So number one, make sure that you understand your triggers. Number two, make sure timing is everything. Number three, be honest with yourself. Number four, do not burn yourself out, because you will crash. You will literally crash. I promise you. So I literally had to learn how to manage my time. I still do. I have to have out a daily schedule, week to week. I have to, make sure I can confide in my friends, make sure I check in, make sure they're okay. Because a lot of times I can just be in my own world. A lot of times I can just be busy. And so, I don't want to be that individual that feels like making that other person feeling like they're a burden, and they're not. And so, always be honest with yourself. Map out a schedule that fits for you, to where you're not burning yourself out, to where you're not overdoing it in a way that you don't get rest. You time. My schedule consists of time with God. Gotta have that in, gotta get that in. That sets the tone for the day. Make sure I get time for my friends and family and loved ones, and those who love me dearly. And I try to map it out in the schedule. Hey, I don't know when I can come through, but I can come through here. So, because family is important. So, when is enough enough? Just know that in the midst of what you're going through, in the season that you are, don't take it out on the people who love you and who care and who cherish. Another side of when is enough enough, this is the other side of the coin. Okay, those were the positives. Figure out your triggers, timing, honesty, don't burn yourself out. But most importantly, the other side, the flip side of that coin, don't be nobody's doormat. A lot of people don't take in the friendship that you give and what you bring to the table, and they get complacent, they get comfortable, and so they're always going to know that you're always going to be there. And so sometimes you have to pull back and to see, okay, just like how I'm going to be there, do I know you're going to be there? And do I understand and know that you're going to be a real friend, and you're going to make time for me as well? Like, I'm always asking, like, one of the things I really learned, I stayed to myself a lot on purpose. And I really saw who my true friends were. I really saw people who were really reaching out to me. I really understood that I can't call you my friend in the sense of not being rude or disrespectful, but in the sense of friendship is a two-way street. Friendship, it has to be a neutral agreement. Like, friend is used so loosely. In order to want friends, you have to first become a friend. You know how you be like, man, I ain't got nobody around me. Well, if you become likable, maybe you have people around you. If you just step out in faith, go out there and introduce yourself to some people and connect, network. But I had to take a step back and be like, wow, like, I'm doing too much of this, and I need people to come do this. Check in on me. Like, the old saying, check on your strong friends, because they have battles that you know nothing about either. Everybody have battles and struggles. But for me, I just choose happiness. I choose joy. I choose to be a friend, even in the midst of not getting that same friendship in return. People can be so used to you knowing that you're going to be there. Or it could just be, they're going through a lot, and, well, hello, I'm your friend. Let me know what's going on. How can I pray? How can I help you? What is it that you're going through? So I learned a lot, with myself, and who's really there for me, who's not. And another thing I learned is that I'm not gonna treat you any differently because you're not there for me like how I desire you to be there for me. Like that in itself is wrong, because then you're gonna treat that person another like weird. You're gonna treat them any kind of way. For me, I don't do that. When I see it, it's all love. It is what it is. I just learned to categorize my friends, or I learned how to categorize who are my real friends, who are my associates, and who are people I just see occasionally and be like, hey, what's up? What's going on? How everything with you? You know what I'm saying? I just learned how to categorize it and understand it in a healthy way so it doesn't change me. And so when you understand who are your friends, who are really there for you, and who are the ones that just want to use you as a doormat just because they see where you're going, where you're at, and they just want to latch on like a leech. And then once everything is, it's like the old saying, people want to latch on when everything going good, but when everything is not good, they tend to unlatch, They pretend like, oh man, hey bro, at a time people don't come around until the album comes out. Or like, oh snap, What about the in the wilderness seasons? So when there's enough, understand your value and your worth. That's what it boils down to. And the old saying again, don't cross the ocean for somebody who won't even cross a pond. You know what I'm saying? Who won't even do the smallest things. If you're always going there, it's one's. I can't even tell you if it's a friendship or not. It's just one-sided all the time. I can't. When is enough? You have the power and the ability to choose who you want to be in your life and who is there to benefit you in a way to help you grow, challenge you, and love you. Understand that everybody can't be everything for everybody, but you'd be surprised that a text or a call will go a long way for somebody that's going through. So keep in mind, I do a lot of reflection. I be like, am I being a good friend? I do a lot of self-evaluation. Sometimes I miss the ball with checking in on my friends and be like, hey bro, I realize I ain't checked in on you, but what's good with you? I realize I ain't checked in with you. How's everything with you? Fam good? But when is enough? Honestly, that's up to you to decide. You know your limits. You know your frustrations. You know your irritations. And so just really self-evaluate, understand your triggers, and understand that timing's everything. Be honest with yourself. Don't burn yourself out. And also understand that on the flip side of that coin, how people don't connect with you as much as they used to or as much as they should, it doesn't devalue you or your worth. And I think once they realize your absence, they'll understand and value your presence a whole lot more. So some do, some don't. Some it just ain't clicking. They just don't get it. And that's cool. But understand who your friends are, understand who your associates, understand that who are just there when everything's good. At the same time, you gotta love all of these people the same. That's the hardest part. But I just want to encourage you today, man. When enough is enough, only you know that. Me, I know when enough. I done got to the point where I don't take a lot. I don't take not even a little bit, because I know my self-worth, I know my value, I know what I bring to the table, and I know how I treat people. I treat people just as how much as I want to be treated. I treat people just the same as how I would want to be treated. So with that being said, I hope this kind of sparks some things in your life that helps you look and evaluate and say, man, okay, I need to see why am I getting triggered the way I am. So I hope it encourages you. I hope it wakens you up a little bit, and I hope that it helps you to pursue a healthier way of finding out what is going on and how you can diffuse the situation in a healthy way. So for those who have been tuning in, this is 6 episodes. So this is the 6th episode. I appreciate the love, the support. I appreciate the subscriptions. So make sure you subscribe to Heart to Heart Mondays. Make sure that you hit the notification button so you know when we drop a new video. Also share with your friends, tag them, reshare it, retweet it, Instagram it, Facebook it. You know what I'm saying? Share it on your wall, share it on your feed. Tag people who you feel like they can be encouraged and just learn how to deal with things in a healthier manner, in a healthier way. Comment, please comment. Let us know what you think. Give us feedbacks. And if you have topics that you want me to discuss as well, we can do that at hearttoheartmondays@gmail.com. And we can get it in. We can talk about it. All right? Heart Nation, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Till the next episode, this your boy Boy Warner signing off.
We live in a world that's out of control, but stay focused, king, and aim for your goals. And my queen, stay classy and hit 'em with the glow. Boss up, make moves, that's more than what you have to show. We poppin', not stopping, we dropping. Dressing what's real, more than trend topics. Winning, the only thing that is option. Pulling those in lost and that need guidance. I know you like to brag and you love the flaws. To get where you going, yeah, it's gonna cost. I sit down with your boy, let's have a heart to heart.